Warning: the following content contains language that may be inappropriate for younger viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome to the Let's Get Heavy podcast, your exclusive backstage pass to the realm of heavy music. Join us as we engage in conversations with amazing musicians across the metalverse. I'm your host Stevie, and we are getting heavy with Broken Joe, who are gearing up for this year's Get Heavy Festival. We are edging closer to 1k subscribers, so if you are not already, please smash that subscribe button. It's completely free to do, and it helps us out greatly. Enjoy the interview, guys. Welcome you to the Let's Get Heavy podcast, where we like to highlight bands and try and spread a little bit of positivity throughout the world of rock and metal. My name's Stevie, and this episode we are joined by the lads from Broken Joe. And before we get into it, if both of you could introduce yourselves and your role within the band. We'll start with Josh first.
Yeah, I'm Josh. I'm the bass player.
And
and you are backing vocals too. You never ever leave that
out. Not just a bass player, Josh. Just a bass player.
I don't want to pick myself up too much, you know.
If you were just a bass player, I'd rip into you 10 times more.
It's always the bass player who gets the jib in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I am Nutsy, and I'm the front man of Broken Jaw.
Nice to meet you guys. And who's missing out of the band? Who's missing, of course?
So we're missing Sean at the moment, who's drummer, and then John, who's guitar, and then Sam, who's the other guitar.
Sweet. Hopefully they're going to watch back later on, and hello to those guys if they are. So for those who may be new to Broken Joe, which for those who don't know the band are in for one hell of a treat, because I'm a big fan. But for those who may not know who Broken Joe is, could you give us a little bit of a brief history into the band? How did the band come about?
In a nutshell, way back in 2012, I had wanted to start a band because I ended up out of the other band that I was in and didn't have any music. So I was like, I tried my hand at doing covers bands, hated it, and so then ended up starting a band and met a guy at a house party, met other guys through him, and then ended up trying to progress, but went through around close to probably around 12, 15 members, and then ended up in 2017 where they all left. And I then carried on and basically tried to find some like-minded guys who just wanted to get into a room and have some fun and play some music, stir it into a pot like different genres and different styles, and came across these guys. And since 2019, we've been being a bit crazy and a bit rowdy and mixing the punk and metal genres together to form some absolute chaos in some venues.
So since 2019, this has been the lineup so that's quite some time. Yeah, no other members have left, of course. So that's quite sick to hear. And I believe you're coming up to your first the first year of your latest album, which is No One Cares. Is that correct?
It is, yeah, literally almost September, isn't it?
Oh, that's September. Aye. Well, I can't believe how quick we're nearly in August. To be fair,
isn't it? Like
I don't know where the time's gone.
Half the year.
I know what's going on. What's going on? So obviously you were just alone in the band scene for them by yourself. How did you come across and discover Josh and the other lads?
Well, Josh is he was the last piece of the puzzle, weren't you, Josh?
Yeah, I remember, because I was in another band at the time, and I was playing Metal to the Masses in Cheltenham.
Oh, right.
It's back in 2019.
Which band at the time?
I was in a band called Biostrike. We were kind of like metalcore-y, very like Breaking Benjamin kind of esque. And then I think the day after, Nutsy had messaged me to kind of try out for the guys. And originally I said no. I was like, nah, fuck off. I don't want to fucking have it interview with you. Get the fuck out of here.
But persistence
Um,
is key.
but
I
you know,
was
I
very
gave it.
respectful.
You,
I'd
yeah,
like to put
to be fair, you were.
that
And I said, to be fair, I said no originally, and I don't know what kind of changed in my mind. But then I came back to say like, oh, actually, yeah, I'll give it a try. And I remember doing like 3 weeks of coming into the studio with you guys before actually joining the band, and that was kind of like, but you guys were already kind of a unit when I joined, and yeah, that was like 6 years ago now. It's fucking crazy how quick that's gone.
What was it? What was it like in those early days in the studio with the guys?
Um,
Did they make you feel comfortable straight away? Was it chemistry straight away? Sparks
I
flying?
yeah, it was a funny mix. Yeah, it's a funny match of guys. There's some obviously Nutsy's quite a confident dude, and then there are some like little weirdos that you kind of want to keep in the closet, sort of thing. Uh, no offense to any of the boys, I love them for it, but yeah, I mean, I remember like that third week of like playing music with them. I remember like fuck, what song was it? It's like the breakdown of Jake and Elwood, and I just kind of like there was something in that room at the time, and I was like, this is going to be like mental. This is like kind of what I want to do. This is like the kind of thing that these are the boys that I kind of want to be with and do that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of fun, those early years, and like, yeah, it was really fucking cool.
Mm. Were you aware of the band before you joined? Have you heard
I
any music by them before?
I had heard the name kind of like tossed around and stuff. I never heard the music beforehand. It was funny because like Nutsy messaged me and he was like, "There's nothing out there, so don't go and look." So obviously I was like, "Well, I'm gonna go and look now. You've told me not to." So, but yeah, no. Previously, I'd never ever heard. I just heard the name kind of thrown around. But yeah,
Nice, nice. And Nutty, I've got to ask Nutty. I'm probably going to you'll probably have to get used to these. I do go off on little small tangents from time, go off topic, so you will have to get used to these. But I
You're
have to
fitting
ask,
well with us then.
how how did you get the nickname Nutsy?
I mean, it stems back from school. Like, so in school, I used to hang around with these girls, who I still love to this day. Lovely girls who just kept me entertained and made me laugh and made me feel like a person. Because a lot of time in school, I was the It was very much the like outcast. Being a punk, the only punk in school was difficult because you had your goths, your metalheads, your chavs, your jocks, and I was very much in the middle, going between all of the groups because I didn't fit in with any of them. So, but a lot of it was over machoistic, over misogynistic, and I just didn't ever feel kind of at home. So I hung out with this group of girls, and they each had nicknames, but they were all like food based and like kind of sweet like type
Hmm.
nicknames like marshmallow or fudge or stuff like that. And they when when they were all calling each other these names, I said, well, what about me? I don't have a nickname. Like, what would I be? And they just said, well, you're our two favorite pair of nuts. So like, yeah, like we'll call you Nutsy. Like, how's that? Like, and then it wasn't till after like a while down the road, after I'd left school, I think it was I was around 16, and I got tattooed under the guise of being I'd lied and said I was 18, but inadvertently ended up making friends with a tattooist. And he'd asked me if I had any nicknames, and I used to have a nickname when I was a lot younger, and he basically turned around and said, "No, that nickname's shit. Come on, what other nickname have you got? Like, you surely got another one." And I said, "Well, I used to get called Nutsy, like by these girls in school." And he was like, "Yep, that sums you up. That's definitely you. We're calling you Nutsy." Like, so I was like, okay. And then it kind of just grew from there. Like, you meet new people and they introduce you as it. And, it was a pretty big family in terms of how big the tattoo family was in where I live. And so, yeah, it just grew and people introduced me, and I was never adverse to being called my actual name. It was just, it just stuck, and I was happy. I was
Mm.
like, yeah, cool, it's a cool name. I'm fine with it. Yeah.
I was just about to say, did you welcome it at first, or did you quite resent it? Because some people don't they quite resent their nicknames in the beginning, but eventually it grows on them and they get used to it. Do you know what I mean?
No, cunt by any other name, still a cunt, so it doesn't really bother me.
Mate, that's a term of endearment in Newcastle, man.
Exactly that. I mean, I've got it tattooed on me for a reason, and it's because it's not
Get
it's
it?
not a derogatory term. It's
Mm,
how it's used. It was
mm,
originally one of these, that people think were derogatory in the beginning, but it wasn't. It was men using it as a derogatory term. So yeah, own it, man. Like, and I'm a lovely cunt, or I can be a nasty cunt. It's entirely dependent on who you are and what you're like to me. So
exactly, mate. Exactly. Very well said. But like I say, for us, it's mainly used as a term of endearment. I think it's like every other word. You'll find out. I don't know if you've played Newcastle before.
I have, yeah.
You have. Ah, there you go. Then you'll not
Yeah.
find well. You'll not find well. Every other word. So staying on topic with the early days of the band. Again, for someone who doesn't know who Broken Jaw is, how would you describe your sound to someone new listening?
Go on, Josh, I'll let you take that one.
Uh, Probably noisy, if I'm being honest. Quite
Just
noisy.
noisy.
Yeah, just kind of sums it up really well. No, I guess like we throw around the word punk metal quite a bit, and I think that's probably the
Mm,
perfect kind of um label for our sound, if you will. Um, we've got the heavier riffs, kind of akin to like I don't know, Gojira or like Slayer or stuff. But we've also got those like punk vocals and like punk choruses, like some Bad Brains and early Dead Kennedys. It's kind of a mishmash part. We kind of, a lot of times when we're in the room, we kind of just throw around riffs that we've been like just writing at home, and they're not usually like one specific style or the other. So it can be quite a mishmash. I
mm.
think best case of advice is to listen for yourself and kind of
Make up your
decipher
own
that
mind,
for
sort of
yourself.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
because everyone's going to have a different opinion. Everyone's going to take something different away from it. Everyone's not going to have the exact same thoughts and opinions on it.
No, yeah, the
But
amount of different influences and different things that are in there, like everyone seems to pick something different out of it.
mm,
yeah,
It's always really cool to have people come up to you and say, "Oh my God, you guys sounded like this, or you sounded like that." And we've had from like extreme to then really soft. I've had comparisons which have been like, "Oh wow, I didn't even think that I sounded like that or was like that,"
yeah,
and then there's been ones being like. Okay, if you hear that, then something like I get
sure,
it. But yeah, I think Josh summed it pretty well. I think we're bouncy, but we're also headbangy, and
mm,
there's just times for everything. It's not just one or the other. There's at different points there's different things for different fucking feels. Different emotions. So yeah, I think that sums it up.
yeah.
mm, mm. Nice, nice. Um, Lost me total train of thought there.
Sorry, bud.
No, no, I had a question stuck in my head, but it's gone. It'll probably come back later on. Oh no, that was it. See, there we gone. See, just pop back
There
in.
you
There we
go.
gone. So obviously you're known for mixing humor within your music as well. How do you generally balance the tweet between the humor and obviously being quite a serious band at the same time?
I think with the first album, we took it quite not seriously. We still had some humorous parts in the first album. I think it was more like we were akin to trying to have a serious subject matter, but then still get our personalities across. And so it made more sense to try and do something a little bit more weird like we are. Like, they comes from our brains and our ideas, and so therefore it made sense to do it. I mean, still the videos still tie in with the message. They still have a meaning behind them. It's just that it's not necessarily at the forefront when you watch a music video. When you're listening to it, without a music video, then I think it's a bit more obvious. But I'd say that if you watch us live, you get exactly the same. You'll hear the music and it'll be crazy, but there'll be something going on with one of us at any given point that is just lunacy. And it's our brains. Our brains just go, let's just switch off and do what feels natural and have fun, you know? And I think people are drawn to that, and people relate with that. We're not being anything fake. We're not trying to be anything we're not. We're just being genuine guys who are playing music and enjoying
Just
ourselves.
trying to have a good time, and
Yeah,
And
hopefully, while you're having a good time, the crowd who's watching live are also having a good time as well,
exactly
which
that.
is definitely important, isn't it?
no,
So
definitely, yeah.
as we touched on, so no one cares is coming on to 1 year. Um, Looking back, how do you feel about the album now, a year after its release? Has your perspective changed at all on the album?
Um, I think the feeling is still there in terms of the subject matter, especially for me when I wrote it. I think it's more relevant now than it was when I wrote it, and that's the same as the first album. The first album did the same. Like the first album ended up being that we wrote it, we didn't release it for like 3 years, or 2 years, but it was still very much the same. Um, and I think that No One Cares has kind of done the same thing. I think it was a I don't know which was harder to make, in all fairness. I think the second one maybe was probably a little bit harder, but we wrote more songs for the second album than we did the first. So I think that was half the problem, is trying to decide which ones stay in and which ones don't, which ones do we like and which ones do we not. And then trying to iron out the creases with it, because we knew that we were paying a lot more money for this album, and there was a lot more, production going into it, and we didn't have that much time because we were under time constraints, because we didn't have enough money to do as maybe enough or more that we wanted to. But I am still very proud of the album. I think it came out really well. Um, I think that there'll always be part of you that, as a musician, once you've recorded something, there'll always be part of you that thinks, oh, I could have done maybe different or better then, or in that bit or in this bit. But yeah, I think yeah, I'm happy. I don't know about you, Josh.
Uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much the same as you said, dude. But I don't know, like when you listen back, it's definitely a step in the right direction. It's like production wise, it sounds a lot more crisp and clear. Obviously thanks to Johnny Renshaw from Devil Sold His Soul. Um,
Is that too mixed and mastered?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. He was,
it's
he
got a
was helping.
studio called Bandit Studios.
That's it, yeah.
Nice.
And I don't know, like when I listen to those songs back, I'm still like incredibly proud of what we've done. I think as a creative though, you definitely can be like, I know I can do better now. Like when you look back a year ago, you're definitely a different person, and you grow and stuff. I'm definitely a different person now to when I was a year ago, or say 2 years ago when we did record the songs, or did start writing them, kind of thing. Because we've had those songs for ages. Um, so I'm definitely in my head, and tastes change and all sorts. Like I know I for the next project, we could probably do better. We could sit down and really talk about things and how we could make things better and how we could get a better song out of each other. But not to say that I don't think those songs, some of them, or all of them, were pretty fucking good in my opinion.
Hmm. Anything looking back, anything that you would like to change? Anything, or are you overall are you happy with it?
Uh, I mean, overall, I'm happy with it. I think anything that I probably thought that we could change. Um, I don't know, like I said, you change, don't you, as a
Mm.
person? And at the
Hmm.
time, I thought those songs were brilliant. And I'm not saying that they're not brilliant now, kind of thing. But again, it's just a case of, you can always do better going forward. Um, yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
I agree, dude. Like, I think it's a whole when you're doing an album or songs, it's a time capsule, you know. That album and those songs are tied in with that person that you were then.
yeah,
And so you move and you grow and you change. Life is like that, you know. You do something and then you move and you either learn from it or you evolve from it, or you just carry on. So I think, yeah, I'm in agreement with you there, Josh. I think
yeah.
Mm. So you said you had wrote more songs for this album than you had originally anticipated. Was this planned to be original an EP, maybe, and then you just had so many songs and developed into a full album?
No, we went in with the mindset that we'd do an album because we did the first one,
Mm,
and that one came about really easy, I think, for us. We just kind of hammered that out within a year, less than a year probably. It just took ages to get it recorded and then released with lockdown and COVID and everything like that. So I think this one came about. It was harder and there was tough times, but it was more so about just trying to get the right songs that we were happy with, because these are the
mm,
songs that you're going to take stage and play over and 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 over some more. And then I think that's the thing. We kind of understood that and we're like, well, how happy are we with these songs? And I still, to a certain degree, think that some of these songs in this album we're not as happy or comfortable, or there's some people that aren't as happy and comfortable, or some people favor more songs than others, which is going to happen. But I think,
mm,
yeah, I think we just went in with the mindset of it being an album, and then we cut down the amount of songs into what we like. I think the next time we go around is going to be less. We're probably going to do like an EP or something rather than it being a full album. I think we
mm,
we strained ourselves too much trying to do the second album, and for majority of the album to go unheard or unlistened because algorithms and the fact that any platform wants you to pay to promote what your songs are. So I think it makes sense for us to do that more. Like
mm,
do it where it's just a select few songs that we release through the year that we're really happy with, and we don't have to do that like instantly. We don't have to do that within a year. We don't have to do that within 2 years. We can do it when the fuck we like. We just want to
mm.
make sure that we're enjoying it.
See, that's what I like the EP concept personally, because you can release 4 or 5 bangers on one little EP. Maybe, like you say, you can do it within a year, 2 years. Do another EP later on. You can merge both EPs together
Make it
as a
happen.
full album, make
Yeah,
an
yeah.
album like you just said there,
Okay, yeah.
and then you've got an entire album full of bangers. Um, do a special run, maybe of CDs, cassettes, because they seem to be coming back. Um, Vinyl, if you can afford it, because it is very expensive. But yeah, some sort of limited edition run for that merger of those two EPs. So that's what I personally see things going anyway, and that's the way I personally enjoy it anyway.
That's
Because
I think we're on the
when you
same
buy
page.
an album, you're guaranteed you're not going to like every song on that album,
Yeah.
unless it's Linkin Park by Hybrid Theory. Sorry,
That's true, yeah.
Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. Sorry,
Or Billy
uh,
Talent one. Right?
Billy Talent one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
I mean,
Slipknot
two
Iowa.
two
Do you know
was
what I mean?
great as well. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Iowa.
So, but you're not going to enjoy every single song on the album. There's going to be a couple like skip. Do you know what I mean? Where's Chicken Nugs? Do you know what I mean? Do you know? But that's why I was like, get the EP, and you can have those guaranteed bangers straight away.
Yeah,
But
I think
you
Yeah.
that's
said you
what it is.
felt like you said that there was a bit stress on the second album. Did you feel there was a bit more pressure on this follow up? Because obviously you had your first album, Purge Yourself. What do you feel there was a bit of pressure on trying to get the album out?
Um,
I, I I don't think there was. I think the album that we done before. I mean, I don't know how you feel, Josh, but I mean, I feel like I put more pressure on myself because I wanted to be a lot more. I think a load of us in the band put a lot more pressure on ourselves because we wanted to, um, put across our talents or our what we've grown
yeah.
to do from the first album, and because we were given the platform by doing it more in a better production value. I think we really wanted to do it, and so that's where more of the pressure came from. I don't think the writing we didn't really feel pressure. We did the same as we did with the first album. We ended up 9 tracks and then went, oh well, we've got one spare here, like because we'd binned one off. So we're like, oh sod it, let's just go in and write something. And that's where No One Cares came from. Was like last minute, like I think a week or two before we went into the studio, we were like, let's try it, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add there, Josh? Or
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna reiterate like the whole pressure on ourselves thing, because I was like that was the first thing I thought. We definitely put pressure on ourselves as individuals, and through that started putting pressure on ourselves as the band. Like we started pointing fingers, kind of thing, and like trying to convey our own ideas and trying to push those a little too like we're just trying to push way too hard on like certain ideas that we thought of in our heads. Uh, like Nancy said, we've binned off a lot of songs, and like we even demoed a couple of songs that aren't even on the album now,
Yeah.
that are completely changed. It was we definitely pushed because we put pressure on ourselves, kind of thing. It was definitely more stressful. It was definitely not like an outside thing. No one was coming up to us saying like we need an album out now, kind of thing, or anything. It was all kind of internal.
Hmm.
Um, but it did, it produced the results it did, and people seem to like it. So
Mate, it's absolutely fantastic. It really is. It's very well produced, very well mixed together. It sounds great. The album cover, it doesn't need not overly. with- You see album covers now, do you know what I mean? That just, in my opinion, too much. That basic with your logo on the front,
yeah,
No one
fantastic.
cares.
Exactly.
literally, yeah,
I'm
Literally, no
assuming
one
that's what you
cares.
went with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Winky, as we call it. The Winky is something I've used in text for absolute nigh on years since the Nokia flipping 402 came out. It's
Nice.
it
Metal can
was
back of it.
with the mohawk and the wink, and so yeah, so it was like, I mean, we went through a load of album art ideas, and again, we chucked them all out in terms of being like, what do you think, what do you think, what do you think? And it just came down to like, we want it simplistic, it would tie in well with everything, and so let's just do this. And I spray painted that onto a board. So that album cover is actually spray painted onto a board. So yeah, that was why it was simplistic and why it was the way it was, because no one gives a damn. It's an album cover and it will hopefully catch people's attention, you know.
yeah,
Certainly does, mate. It certainly does. Like I said, very it's not overdone, it's not in your face. I love it. Less is more sometimes, as they say in the
Yeah.
absolutely,
yeah.
yeah.
So any challenges during the recording, would you say, on this album? And if so, how did you overcome them?
Loads.
Shit, we could be here for some time.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, trying to tone down the drummer was hard. Like, I mean, expectations wise, Sean wanted to put his all in, and we get it. But he just wanted a lot of drums, and so there's parts of it where it was like, you've gone in and you've demoed and you've practiced and you've got the songs down, and then suddenly you get into a recorded environment, and then suddenly you're hearing it almost like for the first time again. And so when he was going in, it was having to like turn around and be like, ooh, can we maybe tweak this or tweak that, like, less maybe footwork there, or a bit more footwork here, or and that was a challenge. I mean, that's it took a little bit of extra time. It wasn't too much extra time, was it, Josh?
um, I mean, bits and pieces. He seemed quite all right for the recording process. I
Yeah,
mean, it
it
took
did. I
how
meant
many days?
it
Like
did. That was, I
3 days
think,
to
didn't
produce.
yeah, didn't we ended up booking out like two a piece, I think it was, or something like that, and then
Something
Sean
like
ended
that.
up doing two and a half. I want to say he did two and a half, but then
Yeah,
that
I think
didn't
one of
leave
those
any
days was
room.
shorter.
Yeah, and that didn't leave any room for anyone on that day. So technically, it was a 3 day thing, but it was only a 2.5 day
Yeah,
thing. And then bringing in the next guys, and obviously we're all working at this point as well, so we're trying to book time off and minimal holiday time, because we're using time to gig as well in between this as well.
yeah.
Um, so that was interesting. I don't think uh you know certain people maybe getting flustered as well with certain things when the red light, was it called red light syndrome, is it?
Yeah, red light recording syndrome or something like
Yeah,
that, when the red light comes off and you like fuck
I was
up
going to say,
everything.
is this like Squid Games all of a sudden?
It's when you can't like suddenly you're in your own head and you can't play what you've been playing for like the last year or six
Mm.
months and you can't get it down because the pressure's on to record it. So, um, I think a couple of us had that, and then I think I don't know, Josh, did you bass wise you were right?
I mean, I got my bass down in a day and a half. Basically, it was really like
Hmm.
not because before that, if you remember, I took like the full 3 weeks off.
Yeah.
But one of those weeks was to go in with Sam because Sam was very like obviously not to call him out or anything, but he was very unconfident with some of his stuff.
Oh, bless.
So it was like trying to show him his own parts kind of thing. And then I think he finished half a day, so I used half of that day to like record bass wise. Um, I mean, I didn't really have too many like struggles going into the studio when I was recording my part. I think it was more just when
Lies. Lies.
that's not true. Well, I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
vocally,
vocals.
vocally was a little bit more challenging than the last album, I think, for me. But that's because you've got like when you like hire someone with like that costs as much as they do, it comes with like a level of um them coming in as a producer sort of thing, like trying to get the best take out of you. I'm always very used to kind of going with it, going out there and just whatever comes out and people can like it or not. Like Johnny was very good at like telling me where I was going wrong and stuff, which is kind of what you need when you're trying to write an album. So yeah, vocally was a bit more challenging than the last album, than the first
Mm.
album, I mean. But yeah,
Mm.
Yeah,
And what
vocals
about
do.
yourself, not for your vocals? Yeah.
I mean, I was fine. I looked after myself. I'd practice my parts like over and over and over and over again. Again, we were kind of mid gigging as well, so everything for me was already within that kind of rotational period of where I was in the swing of things. It's when you take time out that you end up struggling the most. I have my own little um, secret weapons that I use when I go in and do my vocals. So those things to me helped me, and they even helped Josh at one point as well.
yeah.
But I'm not giving away my secret of what I
I was just
used.
thought that was going to be my next one there. What are some of these secret weapons?
No, I can't tell you. It's something that
Mm.
I think Jordan from Nameless knows because I think maybe I imparted it on him a little bit, and but it was, yeah, for me. I think I was the most relaxed out of everyone. I think I'd gone in, did my thing, but then I was also alone for all of my vocals. It was just me and Johnny. I could feel free to get half naked and just scream into a mic and stay well hydrated. It was quite warm at that point as well, wasn't it? Was it
Yeah,
warm? Or did it go from warm to cold? It was both, wasn't it?
it was like it was the middle of November or something like that. I remember it being like
Cold.
freezing outside. It might have been
It's
really warm
cold.
in the studio, but it
It
was
was
like,
warm in the day, and then cold in the evening. That was
yeah,
what it
I
was.
think,
So
yeah,
that
that's
that
it.
that fluctuated everything up in arms. But yeah, it was a weird one, wasn't it, with the temperatures and wise.
Yeah,
But yeah, when you're spending 3 full-on days going over and over with vocals, catching a bus home as well because it was quite close to where me and Josh live. Um, it was, wore you down. Like it's again like being on tour almost. You just got to have the aftercare and look after yourself, and that's what I did. And I felt pretty good. I felt probably the most confident and happy with any vocals I've ever done in a studio before. So yeah, I came out of there pretty happy, but. It was more so after talking to the boys and hearing their stories. I was like, "Oh, balls! I mean, all your parts sound great, like, but I'm sorry that you didn't have a good time doing it, because that's meant to be half the fun, isn't it? Is being able to go into a studio and finally write down. But again, the pressure is a lot.
Of course, of course. You should have recorded in Newcastle. That's what you should have done. If it was in November, because the more you spend, the more time you spend in Newcastle, you develop. I'm going to quote your album. No one cares, and if you've ever been on a night out in the tune, that is exactly how it is. No one gives a shit because people will still go out in November and December, t-shirts, shorts, or the lasses and the skirts, the dresses, blah blah. They just don't give a fuck.
like a
I think
different breed.
I think we've got similar like weather patterns down here because we're southwest, so we're right kind of on the
Right.
coast. And yeah, we usually get all the snow and cold weather straight from America, like so.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing, like the world doesn't stop when it snows around here. Like may stop everywhere else, but for us it carries on. You still got to walk to work and work.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Oh, so you'll definitely get well in the tune then. Aye, if you're used to that sort of weather, then you'll definitely get used to it. But I've got a little bit of a challenge for you, and so if you had to choose one song that resonated with you for each of yours, which would it be and why? On that album, on No One Cares.
Uh, God. I couldn't say. I don't know. That's a really hard one.
I did say it was a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it is really hard. I mean, Melt is like I'm just gonna come out and say Melt's my favorite. Like it has been since we wrote it, and it is still now. Um, it's just a bouncy, aggressive, middle finger to misogyny.
Is it,
So
I was just about to say, is it what I think it means? Because there's a term here that we say, you absolute fucking melt.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Is essentially, is that what it means, is it?
Yeah, it's such a British slang, it's such a
It
British
is.
insult. So I mean, I loved it. Like the whole thing of it. Like, I mean, my first experience of it was years ago when, when, when a drunk guy ended up, his missus. They were both drunk. They were both happy drunk and enjoying themselves. And she fell over, and he went, "Oh, for fuck's sake, get up, you melt." And so it was like, and again, she laughed, they picked up, and then they walked. He actually put her over his shoulder and they carried off. So, I mean, for me, it was like that was my first experience of Melt. But yeah, it's more, the song is more aimed at like the machoistic, misogynistic, bullshit that comes with being a man and being a Melt. So stop being a
Well,
Melt, be a bit more, down to earth and open up your emotions a bit more. You don't have to fucking be aggressive all the fucking time.
preach it, lad. Preach it, man. And you've got
But
some.
yeah,
What about
Melt.
yourself and Josh? So we've heard melt from Nutty. What about yourself?
Uh, no, I don't know. I don't know if anything like. I mean, my favorite on the album, like Nazi was saying, is Pineapple Pizza. Obviously, like marketing and science stuff. The
Which
message is
doesn't
quite.
belong on pizza, by the way, guys.
Oh,
Just
oh,
gotta.
controversial.
I'm just saying, right? Doesn't belong on pizza.
We don't need to bring politics into this, but
Do you see how the tables have turned now? Like that's the thing. We brought it to the attention, and now everyone else is arguing, and we're like, hey, come on, guys, it doesn't matter because the song is
yeah.
basically that. The song is shut your
Well, the
fucking
song
mouth,
is
eat the
yeah.
fucking food, and enjoy it.
Well, I mean, I'm a big believer of people like I never grew up in a very privileged house and stuff. I grew up on council estates and shit. So I learned to keep my fucking mouth shut if I didn't like anything or something. Like, be grateful for what you fucking have and be grateful for the choices that you get. Because some people don't have
Really,
those, and
man.
that's kind of what the song is about. Um, Also, like the song is quite like it means a lot to me as well because I think I wrote a lot of those riffs going in. I brought those in, and I was very proud of myself of like obviously with the help of the guys as well. I'm not very good at songwriting. I need kind of like people to put all my ideas to like stick them with glue and then kind of ship them out sort of thing. So it's a very proud moment for me that we actually put that one on the album. It became a single and stuff, so it resonates with me a lot. For that.
I think
Nice.
that's the
I
first one
feel
we
you.
made from that album, isn't it? Like
It is,
it's
yeah,
it is,
totally.
yeah. That's the first one we made, like so yeah, definitely.
The song titles on this album are a stroke of genius. Caviar and cigarettes, chicken nugs, melt, one ply bog roll, serpent's lair, lighter fluid, milk gun honey, guns honey, It's like there's some of these names, mate, are absolutely stroke of genius. How the fuck did you come up with some of these names?
Well, wasn't
Originally, it
the
was
original idea was like a shopping list? Like we were going to make a shopping album, and actually all the songs were going to be food
Brilliant.
puns.
It was, yeah.
Um,
So the original idea was to make a shopping list, like, and have it all as the back cover or the front cover, having it as the receipt. But we we very quickly kind of, I
I
say
like
very
that
quickly,
idea. How come that fell
it,
through?
I think we just felt it kind of because we'd written about 5 or 6 songs at that point. I think I know I certainly felt like it, and then when I brought it to the guys, they all said that they kind of felt like it too. But we all felt like it limited us in what we could create
yeah,
at that
it
point,
felt like you were kind of forcing, like, especially I could see in your kind of thing when you have this, because you had a list of pre-written titles kind of thing, and it's probably really awful to try and write lyrics with a song with already a pre-written title and like what that title may kind of like point to in like lyrical themes and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it just kind of felt forced with that kind of idea and stuff. And like Nutsy said, like um, some of the songs on that album were probably written like 2, 3 years ago. Like I think we kind of had enough of the idea and that idea drilling in your head halfway through. I was a bit like, let's just kind of change things up a bit, and it became a lot easier to write after we sort of changed
opened
that
it
up.
up. Exactly that. We opened it up a little bit more in terms of being like, well, why limit ourselves? Yeah, it's a cool concept, but like it feels like we're only doing that for the sake of doing that. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't feel like the relevance, the content theme is still there, the ideas are still there and the music's still there. It's just that no one, let's put it this way, no one cares wouldn't have come about had we had carried on doing that. Like that song wouldn't have been
Oh yeah.
created, and that's exactly kind of why it's justified that we didn't continue doing that. And again, cool idea, but sometimes cool ideas don't work.
Of course, something's a fall through. Shame. I do really do like that concept with the receipt on the back and the shopping list, and that'll obviously be like the song titles, of course. But no, like I say, falls through.
Maybe some other band might do it instead
Yeah,
of us. Like,
Maybe I, if someone's
there's a
watching this back
band.
later on, yeah, I don't think it's been copyrighted. Get it nicked.
There's definitely a band out there that's better than us that probably can make that come true.
I mean,
So yeah,
I'd imagine you've both heard of the band Bloodywood.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So they had like a vinyl which was like 9 inch nans, and literally the vinyl record itself was a
Nah.
giant nan bread, and I was like, that is fucking genius. I
Did,
was like, I
did you
want
just
that.
Yeah.
say? Did you just say bread?
Bread. Did I bread?
Yeah.
Who said bread?
No,
Oh yeah, because nan means bread,
Oh wait.
doesn't
Well, essentially yes, it is. It is bread. Are there any behind the scenes stories or anecdotes from No One Cares era during like the recording that you can share? Any funny stories? Because there's always something that happens behind the scenes that we all like to hear those stories.
there probably is. Um, I mean, we visited it was the local co-op, wasn't it, every day?
Oh yeah, yeah. We went to the co-op literally all the time to get like food and stuff. It was literally like a 5 minute walk down Tetbury.
And yeah, they must have like thought like, who are these guys? Because for 3 weeks, these metalhead-looking guys just walking in and buying the same bacon butty, like because they have the warm bacon butties in
Yeah,
the
in like the
heated.
hot hole with like all the
Yeah,
hot dogs and shit. I remember like the first time walking around Tetbury with you nuts, and we were
yeah,
just kind of like, this is fucking boring as shit. It was like every other shop was like an antique shop.
yeah.
And I was kind of like, this is not like inspirational for metal, is it? Like, it's probably not the most metal place to
Was it
record
like
an album.
pubs, antique shops, and
One
and
club.
cafes?
Oh
Cafes.
yeah, in a cafe, yeah.
But I remember, yeah, there was the Tesco's obviously that was a bit further, but I mean, yeah, I don't know if there was anything necessarily funny that I can think of. Like, I mean, everything seemed to, I think because we weren't, I mean, the times of being early on when we started, we all went in, and it was sitting around doing nothing while people are recording. Like, so when
Oh yeah.
Sean finished, obviously we were all sat in there playing on the computer that was in the spare in the guest room, and yeah, I think we just hung out, but we're all knackered from hearing the other person record. So, but other than that, I don't.
I
This
remember.
album, that if you want to go for the, go on. Sorry, Josh. Go on. You
No,
go.
I remember. It's funny because you said that because I remember like we're listening to Sean play drums for like however many hours, and like I think John goes in to track his guitar, but he doesn't want anyone in there, so it's just like you, me, and Sean in the same room. So obviously we're tired of hearing him play drums. So that's the perfect time
Ah,
for him to get his fucking practice pad out and start like blast beating for like maybe an hour straight, just doing like these blast beat paradiddles on his fucking thing. Like Nutsy's trying to go to sleep, I'm trying to play this game or something. It was like hell on earth sometimes trying
I
to
think.
listen to that kid
Uh,
drum.
I think like the recording process there isn't any funny stories, but the music videos, like there's like
Oh yeah.
tons of stories like behind the music videos, like so to fill you in on the music videos, like No One Cares and Pineapple Pizza they were filmed first, and we did back to back shoots. So we did 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. the next day, doing No One Cares on the first day and then Pineapple Pizza on the second day.
Ooh.
And bringing people, like obviously asking people to come in and be extras, and they did, and bless them. But we scheduled a time for them to come in, but everyone knows that shoots run late. That's how shoots are. You're never going to get it on time. It's a rough
Mm.
guide, so we're trying to wrap up as quick as we can for so people can go out, and because it was middle of the week when it was like Wednesday and Thursday, I think
Oh
it
yeah.
was, and we've shut down this like cafe, so we've gone into this cafe, Cafe Max is what it's called in Stroud, and we've gone in there, and they've kindly obviously shut and let us have the keys and everything, and setting up and everything like that, and then trying to leave it in as pristine because they've got to open up in the morning to then do a full day work again. So trying to tidy up soup off of the floor and off the table and everything,
Spaghetti in
and
the chair.
spaghetti, and because that spaghetti flies. If you watch that in
Oh
slow
yeah.
motion, I did not hold back with that spaghetti, and I turned around to Dean and I said, Dean, like, are you sure you're happy for me to do this? And bless him, he was like, do it, go nuts. And I was like, you don't have to tell me twice. So you can see it takes out a flipping menu on like 2 tables over, like from where it's flown, and hit it off. But it's the second one. It's Pineapple Pizza that was the real kicker of the story. Trying to do that with going in, and Adam, the director, who's also from In Search of Sun, and
Mm.
Loki from Loki Studios, like um flipping Adam forgot to lock his car, and so left his wallet on his seat in his car, and and suddenly he gets a notification on his phone saying, have you just spent this money at this shop? And he's like, what the hell? Why is my card being used? Like, I'm not there. Like, where is this nuts? Where is this store? Like, and I was like, oh, that's just around the corner. And he's gone to his car, and he's come back, and he's gone, my fucking wallet's been stolen. So we're like, oh shit. So him and Loki, I run to the shop where it's been purchased, where the purchase has been made, but we're too slow, and we've asked the guy to show us the footage of whoever's bought it, and he's like, I don't know how to run the CCTV, and so we've ran around town trying to look for the guy, and yeah, that slowed everything down because people are arriving to then film, and yeah, it was chaos. And then
Oh, what a bastard that
yeah,
thief was.
it,
Did
yeah,
did
it,
did, did, did you catch him in the end?
well,
Eventually,
yeah,
could have sworn, yeah.
Adam recognized the guy that was like lurking around his car,
Hmm.
and stupidly, like the guy had come back. Adam had gone out. He'd rang the police and everything as well, but he'd gone out and they were searching some lads, who they could have been the person could have been part of, and the lads turned out it wasn't them. So Adam was getting questioned. Uh, all the while trying to conceal a weapon in his sleeve while talking to the cops. And me going, just give me the fucking weapon. Just give me the fucking weapon. You don't need it. Like, talk to them. And he's like, no. I got it. It's okay, cool. Carry
Let's
on.
convince him it's a prop. It's a prop for the music video.
I mean, he's a great actor anyway, so like he's got it up his sleeve, and he's just, it's to about his forearm, just a little bit further, so he can't bend his arm properly, but he's got his hoodie on, so he's like, yeah, like this. It must have looked really fucking like
So it's kind
silly
of like
with it.
robotic, if you would, sort of thing.
Yeah, and so we ended up going back, and as we went back, Adam went outside because he had a phone call from one of the police officers, and he spotted the guy, and so he runs in and says, "That guy's outside!" Rah! And he runs out. So I run out first. I managed to beat Adam out the door, and I see the guy walking just around a corner down the road, and I'm like, he's gonna peg it as soon as he gets around that corner. So as I get down to it, like, because I've sprinted, he's then halfway because he's ran, and I've just shouted, "You best stop, because if you don't stop, I'm going to hurt you, and you're going to end up better off if you just stop." And he just went, dead stopped, turned, and I was like, "Give me the fucking wallet now, give me it now." And then Loki and Adam catch up, and I think John ended up joining us as well. And the guy just was like, "I haven't got any wallet," blah, 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 blah. And Adam's like, "Well, I'm going to search you." And I was like, "Careful, Adam, wait," because he was obviously a drug addict.
You didn't
Because
know what's in his pockets or anything.
I knew he was, because he had a syringe in his hand. So that's why I was like, "Wait there, Adam." I said, "We're going to search you. Is that all right?" And he was like, yeah. And I was like, "Look, we're not going to beat you up. We're not going to do anything. We just want the wallet back. We don't care what you bought on it. We don't care, what you're going to do with whatever you've bought. We just want the wallet back because it's his wallet and it means something to him." He's like, and Adam searched him. I told Adam obviously to be careful when he's putting his hands in pockets and stuff, but he actually tapped him down first anyway. But it turned out he hadn't had it, and he's had like a good hour or two before he's stolen it, and he must have ditched it somewhere. And then he's tried to fob us off with the fact that because he's well known around Stroud anyway, and one of the taxi drivers shouted he's been trying cars all night. And so he then turned around and changed the story and said that he'd given it to some guy in the park. "Let's go and see the guy in the park." And Adam was like, "Come on then, let's go." And I was like, "No, you don't want to go in that park." That park is not safe to go in. I know, I live around here. Like, so he's turned around and gone like, "Well, I need my wallet back." He's like, "Yeah, but you don't need it that much that you're going to get stabbed for it. Just let's just sit back and watch him and follow him and see where he goes." And so he went up an alleyway. One of us tracked him up the alleyway. The other ones went round. And we were hoping he'd lead us to it, but he never did. Eventually, he got caught and arrested for it, and so. But Adam never got his wallet back, which sucks. But he managed to cancel his cards, and that's the thing. Everyone was okay and safe.
They didn't get too much out of it.
No, he only got because Adam had managed to freeze his account as soon as that got spent on the first time. He did try to use it again, but it declined. But that was the thing. It was more so about making sure everyone was safe.
Of course, no.
I
well
get
done
it.
on reading that situation, because that could have gone horribly wrong with.
I've been in enough situations to know, like, you don't want to go rushing in with hedonism and get yourself stabbed.
I'm on a CCTV for a living in towns and city centres.
There you go.
So So, like I say, respect on reading that situation, because that could have gone way worse.
Yeah, I mean, God, Adam was very, highly strung about it, and I don't blame him. And so I was trying to calm him down while trying to obviously get his wallet back, because that's all that mattered really to Adam at that point in time. Like, it's his wallet; it means something to him, you know. Loki was also like, "Rah!" Like, and I get it. Again, you're causing us all time, because we're meant to be filming this music video, and also you've just stolen someone who we care about's possession. But there's no need for any of us to get hurt over this, you know. And that was my main thing about shouting him down and making him stop, so I could talk to him and reason with him. And sometimes you're never going to reason with everyone, but at least you can try, you know. You try and open that human dialogue and discuss it and see if you can break it down. But yeah, all ended okay. Everyone was safe. Adam managed to only lose, you know, I think somewhere in the near of 26 quid or something, around that. And I said I take that as a win, you know. And we managed
It's
to
not
then
too
go
bad.
and yeah, and then we managed to go and fucking film Pineapple Pizza. And after all of that, I again, it's a win. It's a good story about it, and you know, you've got lots of stuff that happened with that as well, in terms of you know, people coming in and trying to trying to work out, because we had more people say that turn up, and not a lot of those people turned up, but we'd planned for that anyway, so trying to work around that. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty
Yeah.
happy with it.
I'm glad Adam got sorted anyway. And going back to what we were talking about earlier on, that's when we can use the proper term of the word cunt for that bloke. Stop being a thieving little cunt.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, overall though, Ed, how do you feel No One Cares has contributed to the evolution of Broken Jaw's sound and as identity as a band?
I don't know. Again, I think it's been a learning curve, and people have enjoyed it, and that's
Always is though.
what.
I can imagine being in a band. It's always you're always learning. Do you know what I mean? It's there's always something new. There's always a new obstacle in the way for you to overcome.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
definitely like, especially with like marketing and stuff. Because I think we've you know, on the No One Cares like music video and stuff, we're racked up to like 11K views and stuff, and that's from like, you know, Sam's pretty, you know, he's kind of like a wizard with all the computer stuff and all the marketing shit that comes into like, you know, streaming and stuff, like learning all that kind of things, and then learning how like recording and stuff. Like I think, yeah, it's kind of evolved. Like we've learned a lot more, especially from the first album, and we're hoping to use that probably the next time, with like, say, if we do this EP or something, try and push that out to more people.
Nice. Well,
Yeah,
moving on to later. Well, not even say later. It's probably literally a few weeks away. You can say you're venturing to our neck of the woods in Gateshead. Now, obviously, I know you've played Newcastle before, which is what you've said before. Gateshead, it's literally just over the water. So technically, I say it's Newcastle because it's just over the Tyne Bridge, and then you're in Gate over the Tyne Bridge and turn left. You're pretty much at the venue, but it's on the Gateside side. So yes, you are coming to our very own festival, 16th and 17th. We're challenging ourselves and be trying out our hands in a 2-day event for the first time. I'm very much looking forward to it, excited for it. And when yourselves came across, were interested in playing, I snapped it up at the first chance we get. Sean sat next to us, I think, when the first email came through, and I was like, Sean, Broken Jaw's available. Broken Jaw's available. And he's like, well, we'll ask them. Okay, I'll do it. But what can attendees expect from a Broken Jaw's performance at this year's Get Heavy Festival?
I mean, anything can happen.
Will the chicken suits make an appearance?
Do you say, what was that?
The chicken suits. Will the chicken suits make an
No.
appearance from Chicken Nugs?
They're far too warm to wear, man. Like, honestly,
Oh, especially
like,
in August.
we wore them for that entire day, and we
Oh, yeah.
sweated our asses off in those.
Nasty.
I mean, technically, where we are, it's an outdoor venue, so might not be too bad.
I think if they were one, they'd get taken straight back off again. do the opening track and then done. They come straight off. But I think they were
I
they were
wish,
good fun.
I wish
They
you
served
could.
their
I wish,
purpose.
I wish you could bring the chicken suits, and I wish you could hang around and come back on the Sunday as well, because there's a band on the Sunday known as Boz. Now the Boz played on our debut show in 2023, and the vocalist Steve Marshall likes to have a little bit of a smoke, shall we say, and he gets he's funny as fuck. He's one of the hilarious men. But we told him that there was going to be a surprise for his band, his set, and four of our mates got dressed up as big, giant, inflatable pumpkins. And he didn't notice. He just thought it was normal. And then halfway through his set, he was like, "Oh, Steve, I thought you said there was going to be a surprise." I was like, "The fucking pumpkins, mate."
That's kind of like us. If you had told us that there was going to be a surprise, we wouldn't know that the pumpkins would be the surprise. I think
Yeah.
that is just normal like randomness. I think
So yeah,
if
that
everyone
back
was in
on
suits,
that,
maybe.
that back this year, and we were trying to think of stuff. What can we do to them this year? Especially Marshall, to see what he probably wouldn't even notice. And I could just imagine the 5 years in your chicken outfits, just standing there at the back, arms folded, just to see if you would notice.
Think,
Oh yeah.
That's
I mean,
oh, excuse
like
me.
we've had so many things happen at our shows that like it's just again some random fun. Josh, can you think of one of your favorite things that's ever happened at one of our shows? Like,
Um. Oh no, wait. I was gonna say when that guy got fucking
Trying to
knocked out,
narrow
but
it
that
down
was
to just one.
that guy
yeah,
got knocked out.
yeah. That guy got knocked out during fucking Raging Speedhorn set or something. Um. I don't know if that counts because that's not really our show.
No, no. I mean, our shows, like, I mean, we've had, I've had, I've been playing the fruit machine mid
Oh
song
yeah, that's
in
it.
our show, like, and people have just come up and started putting money
Oh
into the
dude,
fruit machine and carrying on.
dude, the fucking circle pit around the bin.
Yeah, yeah, like outside, because obviously we go everywhere and anywhere, and we had a circle pit around a bin,
Yeah,
one show. Um, we've dragged random people off the street to come in and watch us because we've been playing outside and they've been walking by and we've gone like,
yeah.
come and have some fun, and they've come in and bought everyone shots that's been in there, like, you know. There's been so much
Well,
over the
this
years.
is like I say, this is technically an outside venue as well, so you
We'll
get
have
that
lots of
opportunity
fun.
again.
Well,
People
that's we
walking
can't really go
past.
back inside.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go inside rather than be
Yeah.
outside this time.
True, true, true. I think that to be fair, they're building more of a roof, so in case it rains, of course. So it's technically it's outside, but it's also on the inside, so it's hybrid. If that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
sounds
So
like fun.
any little surprises that might be in store for anybody?
Everything, like literally the whole set is a surprise. Like, I mean, again, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, we've had so many random things happen at shows. I mean, I've flipping ended up being splashed in the face by boob milk, you know. So, like I
What?
said, anything can happen at a show, and I'm never ruling anything out. Like, I've climbed in a tree for a show, you know. Like, lots of things have happened. Like Josh, I think we've all performed on a sofa one time. Like,
Oh yeah, that was the recent one.
yeah, I think we climbed
I
up
mean,
on some trestle one time.
I feel like I've got more questions. How did boob milk? Was it?
I'll let
How
you
did that
talk,
come?
Andy.
It's random. It's just one of these things of where just performing, and then suddenly I got a wet face, and I looked at my friend side of stage, and he went pointed, and I was like, and then there's just a woman with her tit out, and she got an impressive arc out of it, mind. Massively, she was quite some distance away from me, and yeah, and it was weird, and I just didn't expect it. But that's what I mean,
Definitely
like
played Call of Duty once or twice before. Because with that
Yeah.
aim.
Yeah.
just on the skill tree, like the fucking archer class or something.
I mean, there's been so many random things. Like, it's hard to pick. At some point, someone's bound to come out with a book of something like of all the antics that's happened at a Broken Jaw show.
Yeah.
It's just unreal.
Get on
Like
that before somebody else does. Market that thing.
I mean, I've had it where people have made like um a human pillar, like as in triangle with then on the knees and again. I mean, we've had the OPEF like flipping rowing. We've had circle pits around bins and round
When you played
the entire
Newcastle last, where
venue.
did you play?
God, I can't remember. It's so long. So Josh hasn't played Newcastle before, like,
Yes,
but
exactly.
Was it
I've
Trillions?
played
Was
like
it by any chance?
I think it might have been like it was a small like kind of biker bar almost like just a single story
Mm-hmm.
looked like almost like a there was the as you went in there was the room on your right which was where the bands played and then the bar on your left and then outside was patioed basically like big slab patios like
Yes, that's
opposite
Trillions.
was it opposite a Tesco's or something or a
Wasn't
big
was not like a was not library or
little
something.
I can't remember. It's opposite something, a big building that I remember going around and trying to get food from. But like, I mean, the shit thing about that show, because we were really looking forward to playing Newcastle. We travelled, I think we'd been doing like a 5 day like trek up
Mm-hmm.
and down the country, and we got to Newcastle and we went in there, and because the bands took so long, it was our turn to headline that one because it was a rolling headlining one from 3 or 4 bands, and it was our turn and we literally did 2 songs and then got cut short. Like, so we were like, we traveled all the way to Newcastle to play 2 songs. So
Oh,
yeah,
what? That's
it was
absolutely bullshit.
so you can imagine like me being like, now I'm very excited to come back and fucking play a set, like a full set, you know?
Full set, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent. So you'll not account when you were at the Trolleys, you wouldn't have accounted the beast.
I it kind of
No. So
sounds familiar, but
there's a guy that goes to the Trillions venue and occasionally and he just strips bollock naked and walks around.
no, no, didn't
No, yeah,
experience him.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm.
He's called the Beast.
So is Trillion still going then?
Trillions is still going.
Because that was like that must have been like 2014 or something, like when I played.
It closed for a little bit,
Okay,
but then it got bought out, and like the gentleman that bought, I can't remember his name, but he kind of brought it back to what Trillions originally was. If that
nice.
makes sense. So it was starting to kind of change, and it wasn't getting as many punters, etc. in, but now he's
No,
kind of
no.
brought it back to the original. Yeah, we had these like back in the old days. We had these really cool like tables with like inside the tables that had like a clear perspex, but you can see like broken CDs, vinyls.
Yeah, I know
This
that
so
because I jumped on one and it slid.
yeah.
I remember that very fondly.
So yeah, he's kind of brought back the old school days of Trillions, and it's absolutely bouncing now for shows.
Nice,
So,
nice.
but yeah, yeah. But first time for Downcast. So if you're unfamiliar with our venue, it's Downcast Studios. It's pretty much got everything in one. It is exactly what it is. It's a recording studio, rehearsal room. It's also got a bar. It's also got the Bandito's kitchen attached to it. So everything is right in one place.
Nice.
Right at the back of the stage, you've got sorry, right at the back of the venue is the little outdoor stage as well. So it's a cracking little place. Doesn't get the credit it deserves. It's still, even though we've been doing the festival there for 3 years, this will be our third year. It's still in its early days. It's still finding its own identity, but it just doesn't get the credit it deserves.
It's
Um,
like that's like a lot of good venues around the UK. To be fair, though, like there's a lot of places we've played and just been like, this place is awesome, and then you're getting people come and watch you, but you're not getting like a full capacity, and you kind of think, why not? Why is this not like? And all I can attrition that to is basically money because people are trying to stick with the nostalgia and watch the bands before they're gone. And Yeah, rather than I think there'll be a boom as soon as like the kind of nostalgia wears off and bands have gone. I think there'll be a boom of like people coming out and watching new bands
Mm.
and going to venues. It's just toughing that out, isn't it? Like that's the thing at the moment.
It is because there's so many fantastic acts in there. Spineshank, obviously, are coming back on that nostalgia trip like you just mentioned.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Those and John and Poole are doing a tour in November, which of course I'll be going because I'm a massive Spineshank fan. But
Well, we got rallied to go on that album by Ryan from Drown and Pool, but because he's a massive fan of ours, but like unfortunately didn't make it work, which sucks. But that would have
mm,
been cool. But I mean, I'm a huge Spine Shank fan. Like Johnny's vocals kind of like ended up, you know, he's one of my bigger influences out of the influences that I have. So yeah, I really need to make sure I make a show because they haven't gigged in like 12, 15 years or something.
definitely, it's been a long time. I saw them back in the day on the Roadrunner Road Rage tour with Chimera and El Nino, Spineshank all on the same bill, and that was phenomenal.
I bet.
Absolutely insane show. I think I was back in like '06, might have been late
Used to
'05.
used to rate El Nino as well. Like used to like them back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. They've kind of ventured. It's kind of split. It's like a
Hmm.
brand split, if you will. Do you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
split. Obviously, the original members of I can't remember Lines
But
at the Gate. I think it is.
but he's not. He's like the vocalist is no longer in that band. I don't think. I think he's
No,
given that up.
so Dave Chavarri, the drummer, he's stayed with the original El Nino. He's got the rights to the El Nino name,
Yeah,
but Christian, the vocalist,
Christian. That's it.
he took the two guitar players from El Nino with him and formed Lines at the Gate.
But I swear I seen that he's not no longer doing that. I could be wrong.
Oh, I'm
But
not sure.
yeah,
The last I heard, he was doing Lines at the Gate, as far as I was
yeah,
aware.
yeah.
And then obviously Johnny Santos was in Spineshank, but he then
Yeah.
formed Silent Civilian for a little bit.
Yeah.
If you come across them, they're absolutely sick. So beyond your own set at Heavy Fest, any of the other bands that you're excited to see on the bill on Saturday?
Recall, of course. We're gonna
Cool,
look
yeah.
forward to seeing our guys in Recall. So
I saw our boys
Uh,
in Inflictions are playing as well.
and Inflictions, yeah, before us as well. Yeah. Both of those bands we've got massive love for, so we're looking forward to watching those guys. And then I'm just looking forward. I tend not to check out bands before I go to a show, just because if we're playing a show or even if I'm just going like even to a festival, I don't check out bands online because I like to then experience them live without anything else.
Yeah.
And then I tend to then go check out their music online afterwards. I find I connect a lot better if I do that like with bands.
nice, nice. Never had the privilege of seeing Recall. I've heard nothing but good things about the band. The last time they came to Newcastle, I sadly missed them due to work, of course. I stuck on night shift at the time. But Will Walker from Metathetic Music and of course Sean Payne, who's very good friends with the band as well, has sung nothing but their praises, and I trust both those guys with my life. So I was happy to take them on. Never had the chance to see Inflictions, but they again my type of bag, my type of vibe, great sound. I'm very much looking forward to the entire weekend. But
Did you
a lot of
did
a
you
lot of new bands who
did you check out the cover that I've done with them?
what for Inflictions was
Yeah,
that
yeah. It's not
what,
it's not on it's not on Spotify or anything like that, but if you go to I think their YouTube, it's on their YouTube like and it's yeah, I'm not gonna
why
spoil what the cover is, but
why am I finding out this now?
I think you'll enjoy it, that's for sure.
When you say I'm gonna enjoy it, is it a cover of what I think it is? Is it like of our well, you've been to one of our live streams, haven't you, on Twitch?
No,
Is
I
it
mean
is it is it
it's not
is it
gonna
S
be
Club
that.
7?
No, no,
Is it
it's close. It's close. It's close to S Club, but it's not quite as. I'd say it's a bit more morose than than S Club, but it's still from that era.
I need to check this out now. Like,
Yeah,
no,
it's like instant Google
this has
go.
been kept. This has been secretly kept away from me.
Well, I think we've only played it like live once.
I
I
was,
think I think we've
could
only
we
done it
see
live.
a rendition then after
Well,
the
yeah,
You'd have to ask them. I think like more than me. They're doing. They'd have to play more of the song. I don't think they've played it like since. Maybe they played it once or twice after, but yeah, I mean, we've only played it once, and that was in Leicester, I think. Like, and
yeah.
uh, but yeah, you never know. I mean, if they're depending on the set and if they've got time, then I'd be probably up for it. I haven't done it in a while, but I'm sure I could relearn it and get on it again. But
Mm,
yeah,
mm.
definitely go and check it out if if you're
That,
not.
that will be the first thing I'm doing after this chat. I'm not gonna lie.
The only reason it's never been released on Spotify and stuff is because it's the copyright. Like so,
Mm.
it's hard to get songs, especially cover songs through. But yeah, like definitely check it out on YouTube. Like
You can
I think
I
it's
think
on there.
I think you got to pay a fee, haven't you?
Yeah, there's lots of ins and outs to it. You got to pay obviously the rights to be able to pay for the whoever created it as well, which is completely fair. Like, but yeah, you've got to go through a lot of red tape in order to get it
Mm.
done. So
Yeah, I think because Sean Payne, who runs the festival with myself, he was in a band known as Cast and Tefra, and they covered obviously Sepultura roots.
mm,
He was to explain me the whole rigmarole, shall we say, of going through the process of trying to get that on Spotify. They did it, pardon me, but it was a headache getting it sorted.
yeah, it is. So I mean,
So
it's always been in their hands. Like I trust those guys with it as well. So I mean, they seem to be happy, and they did a couple of other covers with they did one with Jordan. They did what was it, Badadam?
Pat it down.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
with
this stage, yeah.
with Jordan from Nameless. So yeah, I mean we're all it's such an incestuous like business that you all kind of go in and out of each other's circles. Obviously Jordan was on Pineapple Pizza with us, so that was a very fun time to be able to meld the bands together and all kind of playing the same shows and stuff. Yeah, and all giving appreciation to each other. Yeah, had a good
hmm
time with those guys.
yeah, I think this Saturday you're gonna have an absolute cracking time.
Mm,
Because we've got some obviously if you're into deathcore, obviously you got spare the endless orbit, and then you're going into the new metalcore band, if you will, with like a Slipknot-esque feel with meets like Paleface Swiss sort of vibes,
Yeah.
and then keeping on with that metalcore vibes for the Lost Motions, who are also from that metalcore vibe. From you can probably see there's a bit of a routine here for Saturday. That we've gone for the bit of the metalcore thing, but Motions, Culturalists, of course, Inflictions, yourself, Recall to the mains. So yeah, I'm looking forward, man. It's gonna be absolutely sick time. And of course
Perfect.
yourselves, because I never got to experience yourselves' lives as well. Because I remember the last time you tried to come to Newcastle, it fell through.
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I think I might have been your partner, and let's see who was messaging myself and Sean were trying to get something arranged for you at the last minute.
Yeah.
Um, but sadly, it just wasn't possible because there was just no venues available at the time.
No, no. Shit happens.
It does, mate. But we are coming back on the 16th of August. Can't wait to have yous, and it's going to be buzzing.
Can't wait to play, man.
So, after obviously Heavy Fest, what's next for Broken Jaw?
God, we got like a load of dates. I'm gonna have to look them up real quick. La,
Yeah.
la, la,
Yeah.
I'm glad you're
la.
doing that, too,
I
man.
mean,
I forgot
some of
all of
these
them.
aren't even announced yet. I don't think that's the other thing. But I'm gonna say them because I can, and it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So, but we got. Let's have a look. Uh, so obviously we're day before. We're obviously in Blackpool.
That's it, yeah.
Um, I'm on
So that'll
24.
be the 15th, yeah.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah.
We're in Blackpool at Alt 3. Um, and then after, there we go. I said that after we're not playing until September. We're down in Brighton on the 20th of September.
Yeah.
Then we're at More Beer Brewery. No, we're not More Beer Brewery anymore. No, we're not. We're at the British Lion in Bristol.
Yeah.
And then on the 24th, and then at the Cavern in Exeter on the 25th, the Fighting Cocks in Kingston, London on the 26th, and then break for October. Nothing yet booked in October. Don't know if we'll take anything. We'll see. And then we've got our hometown show on the 1st of November, which again has not been announced. And then also a nice secret show on the 13th of December as well. And that's all we got left for the year. We've kind of taken a back seat to booking stuff. We just wanted to have some time with families and time for ourselves to be able to go into the studio and
That
figure out and write,
was going to be my next question. Is there any new music on the horizon?
Well, we've definitely discussed it. And we've all I've kind of shared ideas and stuff. Like we will record our own little ideas and stuff. Um, Nothing like super concrete yet. But I think going into next year there'll definitely be like a lot more ideas and maybe one or two things depending on how time treats it.
Cool. Excellent. Looking forward to seeing what you produce in the future, of course. But on this part of the episode of our interview, guys, got a couple of, I would say they're meant to be quick fire, but they never go to plan, as we've just discussed earlier on, that they never go to plan. But being from Newcastle, and you'll probably know there's a particular food area that's from Newcastle. So we ask all our bands is, what's your Greg's orders, guys?
Ooh.
I mean, mine's always like a mixture depending on how I am, but it's you go with the classic sausage roll, but also maybe a pizza slice or a cheese and onion slice, or and to top it off, and this is the best thing that Greg's selling, in my opinion, is the caramel and custard donut.
Oh yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah, those are good donuts.
Mm.
I haven't been to Greg's for a little while now, actually. They used to do the
Sacrilege, mate.
chicken.
You cannot come into Newcastle unless you pay the toll. You
All
can't
right.
buy Greg.
That's why he's slimmed down so much, though. It's because
Yeah.
he's not going to Greg's as much.
Uh, They used to do a chicken tikka like bake, and they were fucking. I'd kill my nan for one of those now if I'm being honest.
Wow. Wow.
No, I
Okay.
won't go that far, but they weren't like they were really really good. So
Talk
probably
about
like a couple of
extreme.
them. Yeah, probably a couple of them, and maybe like an Oasis or something. Yeah.
As long as he
Nice.
doesn't kill my nan, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, it depends how many bakes I get out of it, dude.
I mean, I've done quite a few interviews before, Josh, but I don't think I've heard anyone come across and say that they would kill that nan for chicken tikka bake, to be fair, mate.
There's a
Wow.
first. Clip it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. First time
Yeah.
for everything, I suppose.
Just ask yourself how many bakes is your nan worth, I guess.
Is there such thing as too many bakes?
No, probably
No.
not.
Clearly not, mate. Clearly not. If your entire discography had to be re-recorded using a kazoo and a rusty triangle, what song would sound the most surprisingly good or hilariously bad?
I think One Pipe Block Roll will probably be the best one.
I'd say it sound the worst.
No, I think it fits with
A
the nature of
triangle
the
and a
actual
fucking
song.
kazoo.
Hey, Deventis, the triangle guys, right? The triangle is it's metal as fuck, right? Look,
It's more the blast beating on the triangle. You're not gonna get any ring from that. It's you're gonna get, and then the kazoo, like, it's just gonna sound terrible.
I
Oh,
think
Josh,
that's the nature of the song, though, isn't it?
you picked the worst one. That's you picked the best, the best worst one.
the best worst one.
So what's going to
Which
be?
would sound the best?
What's going to be the best then? If that's the best worst, what's going to be the best one?
Yeah, what's the best?
The
best
worst,
one?
the worst best.
The worst best.
Fuck. I think I'd like to hear probably I was going to say sapientism, but no, I probably no.
You're gonna have to play this live at Heavy Fest, mind.
Well, in which case, one ply bog roll.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm right now, aren't I?
Just as
Airs
you
and
walk on
graces.
stage, all you're going to see
Right.
is just triangles and kazoos.
I say airs and graces. That's the one I think would
That'd be a
sound
good
the
one. Yeah, I
best. Yeah,
suppose
airs
so,
and
yeah.
graces on a kazoo and triangle.
So we briefly, I know Josh and yourself, you both said not to get into politics, but it's gonna happen, guys.
He was only joking anyway. It's fine.
No,
Pineapple on pizza is an abomination or a subtle nod to the chaos of the universe. Be specific. Which one is it? Is it abomination or a subtle nod?
It's
I
both.
mean, I personally think it's fucking disgusting.
Yes, Josh.
Um,
Yes.
Which
but
is
I-
ironic
I-
because he was the one that we put online as saying that he swapped sides at one point and ended up doing the fact that he said, I
Yeah.
can't do it anymore, guys. I'm sorry. Kick me out of
Yeah.
the band if you need to, but I actually like pineapple on pizza.
I just did all that for the pay, man. It's just,
That must have been a pretty big payoff, mate.
Yeah, I think it's kind of gross, but I won't judge anyone else's opinion on it.
No. There's a
And special place in hell.
There is a special place in hell for people who like pineapple on pizza. I'm sorry to the people out there, but no, no, it is not fruit. No.
I'm
No.
indifferent. Like I literally on a nice warm day, a slice of pineapple pizza, it goes pretty good. Just saying. Like it's like cider. It's like cider. Like I'll have a cider on a nice summer day, but that's about it. Like I mean, for the rest of the part, there's plenty of awesome pizza toppings that you can choose that's better. But that's my opinion, and that's the whole point of the song. Like I said, it's who gives a fuck if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. Like you know.
No, man. It's like I say, it's all in a banter, mate. It's all a good
Yeah,
laugh,
yeah,
bit of jazz. But we're going to put you, we're going to put you up on a big poster board with a picture of Nutsy. This person likes pineapple pizza. We'll make sure the Bandito's kitchen guy, when he's giving you, because we do have our own burger as well, the Get Heavy burger. We'll make sure he puts a bit of pineapple in your burger.
I was going to say, see, now that's where I draw the line. Don't put any fruit in my burger.
Hands on. Whoa. What's the difference being in your burger than being on a pizza?
Meat, like, it's way more savory. Like, whereas obviously a pizza is a bit more fruity. A tomato is a fruit after all. So yeah, like, you know,
You've got tomatoes in your burger. You've got your bread. You've got your meat.
I don't
You've got
always have
cheese.
tomato. I don't always have tomato on my burger. I'll have you know. It makes
You got-
the bread
you got
all
the-
soft
you got
and
cheese?
sloppy. Yeah,
got
cheese
cheese, no?
isn't a fruit. That's savory again.
It's still.
What kind of cheese are you having? Like,
I'm
yeah, so
comparing it because if you put pineapple on a pizza,
that cheese went out 3 weeks ago. You don't need to put that on there.
I'll make sure the chef puts it in your burger.
He's getting it launched back at him. I hope he knows that.
Remember that scene out of that pineapple pizza when you're throwing that fucking soup? That's gonna be the burger aimed at my head.
Stiletto. It's Cam's stiletto. Like that's what it's gonna be like.
How hard is this? How hard do you think this burger's gonna be?
Depends. If he's putting pineapple in it, it's not gonna be hard at all. It's gonna be a sloppy mess.
That's brilliant. No, to be fair, I'll not forgive Bandito's Kitchen if he does that.
Good.
License revoked.
If a parallel universe version of your band existed, what genre would you be, and what would be your most successful hit song?
Polka.
Okay, yeah.
Straight away.
What song though, Josh?
I mean,
Would be the hit.
Oh, dude. I think. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, no one cares would probably still kind of cover that, I suppose.
Yeah, I was thinking. I mean, KC Shuffle maybe like.
KC, yeah, that would be a good one.
Doot 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 doot. Save me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Get it done, lads. Could be honest something. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done.
Never know. If we get really bored one day, you never know what can
Yeah.
happen.
If you could swap bodies with one inanimate object in your practice space for a day, which object would it be, and what gossip would you overhear?
I don't want to swap with anything in that room. That room's smelly and
This
warm.
room's pretty smelly, yeah.
Damn. We'll definitely rule out Sean's kick because I don't want to get hit the way he plays.
I was just going to say it's like stool or something.
No, of course you would.
Yeah. He spits on my face every day. I'll be fine, yeah. That'd be great.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
You were kind of venturing into the Geordie language, yeah.
It's from talking to you. I've ended up getting it like.
That's your homework, Nutsy. I expect a full string of sentences in Geordie lingo.
I'm only going to be able to do the YI man. That's all it's going to be. Just constantly.
Normally everyone goes for it's either that or it's your Baker Groove.
Yeah, but Baker Grove.
Aye.
I used to watch that.
So did I back in the day. The last episode? Just see we're getting off on tangents. Get that last episode. What the fuck? Why did the dinosaur come out of nowhere? Go watch it. It's on YouTube. You can watch the very final episode on YouTube of Biker Grove. And what the fuck?
Josh, do you even know what Biker Grove is?
I might be a bit young for that, yeah.
Yeah, you're the baby of the band, so I didn't think you'd know what Biker Grove would be. There you go. Go on YouTube the last episode of Biker Grove.
Gotcha. I'll do that in a bit.
I'm gonna.
And if you want to laugh, go and Google the Geordie accent from the TV show Castle. If you want to laugh.
God no.
Because it's literally a fucking Irishman trying to do a Geordie accent. It's like, what are you doing?
I just haven't figured out what it'd be. I'd be a fucking monster can or something.
Yeah,
or
something
water,
like that, yeah.
Maybe
one like the rug,
you know?
or something.
The rug.
The rug.
You get my sweaty feet on you.
Oh yeah, maybe not
Nice.
when you're practicing.
I always take my shoes off.
What's the most un-rock and roll guilty pleasure you secretly indulge?
I mean, there are no guilty pleasures. If you like them, they are a pleasure. You enjoy them, but something that might be viewed.
Someone that might not expect you to normally listen to.
I mean, so musically.
Oh, okay, musically.
Okay. I mean, I love. Again, I love so many different types. I'll tell you what, my first ever album that I bought was the Cardigans' Gran Turismo. So, and I still love that album to this day.
Nice. Hi, Josh. You're giving off some Britney Spears vibes. I don't know why.
Actually, I was going to say something along those lines. Me and my partner are very into our kind of girl pop, like a lot of Lady Gaga, a lot of Lily Allen, in this house. So.
Not that. I'm a big, strong believer of the cheesy classics of the 90s. Hence why our Get Heavy anthem is S Club 7 Reach for the Stars. Which we are looking for a band to cover that out of curiosity, not planting any early seeds, because every year we have had a band cover our song, and so I'm just just putting feelers out there, guys. Wish to learn, because we've had Slam Club 7, we've had Thrash Club 7.
Slam.
Josh, do you know any bands that would do that? I don't know any bands that would do this. No, I don't think any bands would do this kind of thing.
No,
Like,
I don't think so.
no. Sorry, but
No.
apologies. We're no good with this
No,
stuff.
Can you imagine
No, it's
such a
not
band full of silly individuals would want to do that?
Yeah, someone that probably sings about pizza and chicken nugs, like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know any bands that like that.
No, I couldn't tell you.
What kind of band would do that? Like, fucking
I don't know,
weirdos.
some maybe like punk metal band. Yeah, something about
Don't know.
What is a
jaw
punk metal
breaking.
band when it's
I
at
don't
home?
know.
Petal?
But,
What's petal?
Monk.
Broken Nose. Have you ever heard of them before?
Broken nose? No,
Yeah.
never heard of them. They sound
I've heard
awful.
of broken teeth, and I've heard of broken lung, but
Yeah, I've heard of broken teeth and broken lung, like broken tusk. There was an old band.
Broken
But
Toe.
no, broken toe. No, stub toe. I've heard of stub toe. Or or Lego brick ow.
But they, mate, they fucking hurts. I'm not gonna lie, it fucking hurts stepping on Lego bricks. I've done it a few times in my life. It fucking kills.
no, tell me about it, dude. Yeah.
One more for you before we call it a night. What come up? If you had a band, if your band had an official cryptic mascot, what would it be, and what questionable talent would it possess?
We do have one. We had one years ago.
Who's back?
No. We just haven't had him out for ages. Frank.
Oh yeah,
Bring
Frank.
Frank back.
Yeah, Frank the pineapple.
What happened to Frank? Oh no, leave
I
him.
just-
No, it's pineapple. Leave it. No, leave it. He's...
I mean, we haven't. Yeah, I don't know why we haven't brought Frank out in years, but like we used to give Frank away to the drunkest person in the room, like so.
Yeah.
But we haven't done that in years. Maybe we'll do that for Newcastle. Bring Frank
Oh man,
up, like.
those pineapple tariffs though. It's quite expensive.
I think.
I
the
mean,
import charges on him. Yeah.
Border crossings. Yeah,
Damn it, Brexit!
There's all kinds of things. You got Tyne Tunnel charge on top of that as well. Yeah, I mean,
I think the last time we had Frank was Wolverhampton, and that
I
goes to
thought
show
it was the
because we haven't
green
played.
rooms.
Was it Green Rooms?
I could have swore because we did some little paper eyes for him.
I mean, we did. Yeah, it was the Green Rooms. Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, maybe we'll bring Frank then.
I'll bring
Yeah.
Frank with you. Go on. I'll let Frank come.
Give Frank the drunkest person in the room. Whoever's the drunkest person gets Frank. They get to take him home.
Could it be what have a night with Frank?
And they don't tell us about anything that happens. They just send us a picture in the morning. That's it.
Okay.
What stays between Frank and that person stays between that Frank and that person. That's it. Like, but in the morning we want an after shot.
Is Frank okay with us?
Yeah, Frank's always up with it. Like he's always been down for it. So Frank basically like he regenerates every time he gets eaten or anything like that. It's like he's Buddhist, so he reincarnates like every time, but as a pineapple. So he still clings on to his previous incarnations. So yeah, no, Frank is always up for a good rowdy fight.
I feel there's more of a backstory with Frank.
Frank's been around fucking since the band's been around. Like that's the thing. Like I think it absolutely. I don't even know how that came about. I think some random dude or one guy that knew one of the band members at the time brought a pineapple to a show, and that poor pineapple got ripped to pieces. And so I felt bad and bought another pineapple for the next show, and then stuck some eyes on him and called him Frank. So, and then gave him to the drunkest person in the room.
The rest is history.
Yeah, Frank began life.
There we have it. So it wasn't Adam and Eve, it was Frank.
It was Frank.
Frank.
Never forget it. It wasn't an apple. That's Christian propaganda.
Mhm. It was a metal pineapple called Frank.
Yeah. Amen.
That's brilliant. Guys, anything that you wish to plug before we do end our chat?
Not in that way, Josh.
Hey, hey, hey. Hands on. We'll stop recording. We'll move over to OnlyFans and we'll get turned on that way. So, welcome to onlybeards.com. Yes, anything that you wish to plug?
We've got 2 albums out on Spotify. If you guys want to check them out, Broken Jaw. Like us on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of crap, all the Gen Z crap that you got.
The Gen Z crap.
That's about it. I think just give us a follow. Make
If
sure
you
you
don't
like
like,
it.
if you don't like using Spotify as well, we're on every platform.
Oh,
Literally,
that's
our
it,
music is everywhere. We are literally like herpes. We just have spread far and wide, and you can't stop us.
Our music videos are on YouTube. If you want to have any reference to what we were talking about earlier too, give those a check out.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Check out the bands that we've discussed as well. That's always a
yeah.
good one as well. Like, make sure you go and familiarize yourself with the guys that we've been playing lots of shows with, and yeah, come and see us. Come and see us play.
Come and
Yes,
come and
that's it.
see Broken Jaw on the 16th of August at Dooncast Studios in Gateshead. Come
Oh,
over,
yeah.
you might meet Frank. Might get a free night with Frank.
Yeah, yeah.
Who knows? Sounds like a good deal to me, guys. Of course, all your social links will be in the description of the video. This will be on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you can get your hands on a podcast. That is where you'll be able to find it. And lastly, guys, I'll leave you with our Get Heavy Creed notes. You may be aware of it as you've been in our live stream before, but for those who don't, the rules of the pit are the rules for life. When someone falls, we pick them up. Cheers very much for your time, guys.
Cheers,
Cheers,
dude.
man. Thanks so much.